back to my channel Kuluru. So in the last video of this expense tracker playlist, we completed the domain layer. Okay, so from now on we'll start the data layer and try to complete it. Okay, so in the data layer we have to create the repository package, that is the implementation of the contracts or interface we have created in the domain layer, and also we have to create the DAVs, we have to create the databases and those stuffs. Okay, so today I will take up writing the transaction DAV. Okay, so here data access objects are nothing but whatever we have to do any operations on the tables in the database, that has to be done through DAVs. Okay, we can kind of say that those are like gateways to access or do any operations on the tables in the database. Okay, so let me create one class called transaction DAV. Okay, transaction DAV. Let me make this as interface. Okay, and I have to annotate this with DAV. Okay, and now here what the operations that will be carried out on the tables we have to define. Okay, nothing but whatever the definition of functions we have defined in the interface of the transaction, that has to be defined, but we have to annotate with the query here. Okay, so let's me write one so you'll get to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so first is insert transaction. Okay, the basic one. When user selects to insert transaction, so here the input will be the transaction DDO, right? Transaction DDO, and here we have to annotate with the insert, and on conflict we have to mention one strategy. So here on conflict strategy, one second, on conflict strategy dot replace, that is if there is any one with the same ID, we will replace with the new transaction. Okay, so this is one insert transaction, and then the other will keep on writing the all operation that has to be performed on the transactions table. Okay, so next is the insert accounts. So insert accounts, here parameter would be accounts list of account DDO. Okay, and here again it will be query insert and on conflict equals to on conflict dot replace. Okay, fine. So that was one. Now we will write the get functions, that is get daily transaction, that is function get daily transaction, and here the input parameter would be entry date, and the return type would be flow of list of transactions DDO, and here so it has to be query, and here we should write the select query, that is select star from transaction table, so where account equals to entry date, right? So entry date equals to, and we have to pass the entry date. Okay, this input parameter here, if we want to refer in this query, we have to use the colon and then that parameter name. Okay, so this would give us the get daily transaction, and the next is the we'll write the get transaction by account. Okay, so fun get transaction by account. So here input parameter would be account type. Okay, that is a string, account type, that is string, and we will return the same flow of list of transaction DDO, and here again query would be select star from transaction table where account equals to account type. Okay, so this was the get transaction by account. So next function we'll be writing is the get account. Okay, we'll write that get account, and here parameter would be account, and this again it will be of string, and the return type would be flow of account dto. Okay, and here again it will be query annotation, and then we will write select star from transaction table. Sorry, it will be the account table where account equals to account. Okay, fine. So this was the get account, and again we had a function to write get the multiple accounts, right? So get accounts also, so we'll write that as well. Fun get accounts. So here it will be a list of no, since it is generic one, we will not have any input parameter, so I will just flow of list of account dto. Okay, and here again query annotation, and then write a select query, select star from accounts table where okay, where no need condition, just like this. Since it is accounts table will have all types of accounts, so we'll just write that get accounts. Then we'll write the function to get all transactions. So for that also, what I'll write the function name as the get all transactions. So here again it will be flow of list of transaction dto, and the query would be select star from transaction table, select star from transaction table. Okay, so this was the get all transactions. So now we will write the function to erase as well. Okay, that is function erase transaction, and for this we just have to delete the transactions table. Okay, so then I'll write that query as well, that is query delete from transaction table. Just a second. Okay, so this was the function to erase the transactions, and the next one we'll write is the get currency like current day expense transactions. Okay, so that will write the today's transactions that we have entered. So that is get current day expense transaction. So here the input parameters would be transactions type. Okay, which type is it, the income or expense? So that will be the one parameter, and one more will be the no, this we have to, by default I will make this as the expense. Okay, that is transaction dot type. Just a second. Okay, since we should refer it as the income or the expense, so let me create one enum class. So in the common section, so let me try to create that into the data domain. So I will create one thing. Let me name this as the common. Okay, in this I will create one Kotlin class called transaction type, and make this as the enum class, and here I will define income with the string income, and here expense with the expense thing. Okay, So here only thing is I have to pass the parameter here, that is val title as string. Okay, so now we can directly refer the whichever type it is, income or expense. Okay, so let me refer that here. Okay, transaction type. So first let me import it, then here expense dot title. So that would be the one of the input parameter. Okay, so just give me a second. So and return type would be flow of, so let me close this. Okay, return type would be flow of list of transaction video, and here now the query we should write is the select star from transaction table where entry date. Okay, entry date is equals to the date of, okay, that is now, comma, local time, and this transaction type. Okay, that is transaction type is equals to the transactions type. Okay, so this is the function, the query to get the daily expense transactions. Okay, like today's. So now we are done with the get current day expense transactions. So then we will write the get monthly expense transactions. Okay, so that is get monthly expense transaction, and here also the parameter would be transaction type, and I will by default keep this as expense only, and return type also will be same, flow of list of transaction video. Okay, fine. So now let's me write the query. Here is query select star from transactions table where entry date, okay, where entry date is between -1 month. Okay, so I will write like this, entry date between date is now with local time and date, correct. So this I can write here as -1 month, and here the now time. Okay, that is local time, and transaction type, okay, is transaction type. Okay, so this was the query to get the transactions which happened the month, overall month transactions. Okay, and now the next function which we will write is the get weekly expense transactions. So let me write down that function, that is get weekly expense transaction type dot expense dot title, default will keep as expense only, and return type also would be same, list of transaction DDO, and the query also will be same as the above one, just we have to change the to 7 days. Okay, that is select star from transactions table where entry date between date now to minus 7 days. Okay, and date to now and local time. Okay, and also we have to mention the transaction type as transaction type. Okay, so this would give us the weekly expense transactions. So the next one would be the get 3-day transactions, 7-day transaction, 14-day transactions, those things were there, right? So we have to write the queries for each function as well. So first let me write the get 3-day transactions. Okay, first let me write the function, then we'll write the query. Function get 3-day transaction. Okay, so here again parameter would be transaction type. We'll just name this as a string, and the return type would be flow list of transaction video, and the query would be like this. Same, select star from transactions table where entry date greater than or equals to the that now that minus 3-day, and entry date is less than the date of current date. Okay, so same thing, we'll write that. Select star from transactions table where entry date is greater than or equal to date of now comma, just a second, minus 3 days. Okay, 3 days, and entry date is less than or equals to now date. And transaction type equals to transaction type. Okay, the simple. So let me make this as less than, and it has to be not days, it has to be day. I forgot. Okay, fine. So this would give us the get 3-day transactions. Okay, and now similarly we'll write the for 7-day and 14-day as well. So let me take this and do the same here. Only thing is I will change to get 7-day transaction, and here to -7, and here to 14, and here again change to 14. Okay, fine. So this was the get 14-day transactions, and next is the start of the month and the last month and the get transactions by type. So those are the 3 functions which are pending. So I'll write the first the get transaction by type. Okay, get transaction by type. So here again the input parameter will be transaction type, so that will be of type string, and here again it will be flow of list of transaction video return type. So query would be simple, select star from transaction table where transaction type is equals to the transaction type parameter. Okay, where transaction type is transaction type. Okay, so and 2 more functions, that is start of the month and the get last month transactions. Okay, first we'll write the start of the month function. Okay, get start of the month transaction. So here the parameter would be the transaction type again. So transaction type, and here again return type would be same, transaction DTO, and the query is select star from transactions table where entry date is greater than or equals to now of local time. Okay, so let me write that. Local time, and here it will be start of month, and entry date is less than date, the current date now local time, and transaction type would be transaction type. Okay, so this would give us the start of the month transactions query. Okay, and one more thing is pending is the get last month transaction, so I'll write that get last month transaction, and here again parameter would be transaction type, and return type also would be same, transaction DTO. Okay, so let me write the query now, that is select star from transaction table where, so here the query would be entry date greater than or equals to date now minus 1 month, and it's less than the current date. Okay, so I'll write that is entry date greater than or equals to date minus 1 month. So let me make this as single quote. Okay, and entry date is less than date to local time. Okay, and transaction type would be transaction type. Okay, so these are the all DAV functions that we have to define in this transactions DAV. So we are done creating transaction DAV. So this is it for this video, and the other things will continue in the coming video. So thank you so much for your love and support. Keep watching my channel. There will be a lot more exciting content coming up your way. Thank you.